We aim to encourage, empower, restore, strengthen and trust in divine power to navigate life. Join Marlene and Michelle for Inspirational Mondays. Join Marlene and Michelle for Inspirational Mondays.
Well, hello, Michelle. How are ya? How you doing, girl?
Doing great. How are you, Marlene?
I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm excited. I'm always energized,
Absolutely.
and I'm just happy to be alive. Honestly, I'm just
Amen.
happy
Me
to be
too.
alive.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Welcome.
Yeah, there's so many people who
Wow.
are sick. So hey, you guys just start praise the Lord.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So we just want to take this opportunity to welcome you guys who are always so faithful. I'm just happy for our faithful audience, Michelle.
Yes.
I can think of my girlfriend, Miss Desiree down in Arizona, who I know is tuned in. Can you think of
Welcome. And Boniface from Rwanda, thank you.
He's a fixture.
He's a fixture. How about Edward from Sierra Leone and Hawa.
All the love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, one and all. We're so excited that you're here. As usual, for Inspirational Mondays, and we're here to inspire you, motivate you to have faith and trust in divine power over your life.
Yes.
And
because
to
keep going. I went to church yesterday, and let me tell you something. They had a fire sermon. It was no joke. It was an African Awareness Day, and then an African guy who came there and talked about music. Then the choir, our English-speaking choir, sang in African. It was beautiful.
Oh, beautiful!
I mean, the whole church. I felt goosebumps. But the sermon was 5 minutes. That was my favorite part.
Yes.
You know what the sermon was? Don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Yes. No matter what you're going through.
No matter what.
That was a sermon. And I said, this is the first time I've ever heard you speak. I said, I can't believe it. I said, what a sermon. What a way to be introduced to your voice. You need a smile, you young man.
Nice.
Don't give up. A young man from church. Don't give up. And I just sat there and I was so encouraged because I was not even supposed to be there. I went to my church, and my church was on the field giving out tracts and books. And I said, it's too hot for this. And I'm not dressed. I had to go back home. You're not going to go home. I'm going to the church next door. I went to the church next door. And I was so happy to be there and so happy to be reminded, Michelle, that we shouldn't give up. When life knocks us down, when things happen in our lives, and they're going to come. You know they're going to come.
Absolutely.
You know we're not living in a perfect world, right? No. Because we're not living in a perfect world, we're going to always be bombarded with something. Or someone that's going to irritate us. So I was just I was happy to hear the word don't give up. So that's my admonition to you today. Don't give up. 3 words. Don't give up. I think our guest today she will say the same thing, Michelle.
Same thing.
She will tell you guys the same thing. Don't give up.
Sometimes we have to learn to reinvent ourselves, literally reinvent.
Listen,
and even for us too, Marlene, we are on what? Sometimes we're on second, third. We're doing so many different things that we have had to learn to pivot in life. And not many people like changes, but we've had to learn to just love changes. And our guest reminds me of that, being able to pivot, reinvent ourselves, and keep moving forward.
Yeah, of course. Should we bring her on and then I can introduce her so people can see who I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
The beautiful Nelly. Let's do that now. Where's my applause? I should have the applause.
Share, guys. Please share the live. Share. Because sharing is caring. Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Let's put her in a rightful place. Hold on. Put her in a rightful today. You're our guest. You're the beautiful Chanel. How do you pronounce your last name?
Acevedo.
That's easy. Acevedo. Just like, and you want us to call you Nelly?
Yeah. Because we're friends now, so you have to call me Nelly.
Okay.
We're not friends. We're sisters.
We're sisters, even better.
Sister
There
friend.
you go. There you go. Well, we're so happy
Welcome.
to have you. Thank you so much for accepting our
Yes.
invitation.
Of
Thank you
course, I'm
so
so excited to be here.
Awesome. Our guests, they're excited to see you too and to meet you. And
Yes.
I know that they're anxious to hear all about who is Nelly and how did
Yes.
we find Nelly at something better and healthier steps and who is she and what she's about. And so, guys, if you were thinking of leaving, lock that dial, stay with us
Yeah.
because we've got an
Yes.
exciting program for you. And I know that you're going to be blessed because just looking at her websites and different things, I've been so blessed and I'm just so excited to meet her.
Thank you.
Our guest today, Nelly is the founder of the award-nominated BrooklynActiveMama.com. Let's put her website out so you can find her. It's BrooklynActiveMama.com,
There you
a
go.
platform dedicated to providing recipes, principles, and fitness tips for busy moms. Listen, I used to be a busy mom of 3, so I know.
Okay.
Amen. Nelly uses her platform to empower women with the tools they need to cultivate their best lives. Amen. In 2021, she created an online course called Traffic Tricks that helps bloggers with strategies to increase viewership and income. Listen, I need her in my life. She is a very busy mom of 3, and I can imagine she's busy. I'm going to show, with her permission, some of her children, her family, beautiful
Oh, sure.
family. Yeah. As she's talking, I'll pull them up and I'll share some of her pictures so you can see her beautiful family. A busy mom of 3 that loves her Peloton reality shows and New York sports. Nelly tells me that she is getting ready for her next marathon.
Yes,
Yes.
I am.
How many have you done already? Full marathons?
This will be my 3rd full marathon.
Third full marathon. And her, how many? 17th half. She's done 17 halves?
I've done 17 half marathons.
Wow.
I don't know if I like you anymore, but that's awesome. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story that I'm going to let you tell you share. Every
Okay.
time I trained for a marathon, I got pregnant.
Really?
Ooh.
So I was training 3 times and I was ready. And the runners would be like, "Where's Marlene?" And then
Wow.
one of them would say, "I know where she's at. When you see Marlene missing, it gone down."
Wow.
Pregnant.
That's incredible. Wow.
Nelly, watch out.
I know. I'm like, wait a second.
Watch out. Because the body's really ready. The body's ready.
Yeah. And
Yeah, the
fit
body's
and,
ready. It's
you know,
clean. It's prepped
Yes.
and ready.
It's at its best shape, to be honest with
best
you.
shape.
So.
It's
Happened to
true.
me 3 times, sister.
3.
Woo. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? The last half marathon I actually ran was in 2018, and I was pregnant with my daughter.
Oh,
So it was about 35
Wow.
degrees outside, and I was about 7 weeks pregnant, and I was super nauseous like the entire run. It was horrendous, but I finished. So
wow.
Wow.
sometimes you just gotta finish.
Yes. 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 I love
That's
the
true.
determination, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, awesome, awesome. Michelle,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, so please share the live. Thank you. Thank you. You can see we're in for a treat. So, Nelly, please tell us more about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you. I can see you're in Brooklyn and
Yes.
you're a true New Yorker, I can tell.
Yes. You could probably hear it in my voice too.
Yes, yes.
People tell me I have an accent, but I'm like, what accent? What are you talking about? Like, I guess that's
What are
it.
you talking about?
What are you talking
Ooh,
about? That's it. That's
yeah.
the accent, you know?
That's it.
But,
That's Brooklyn.
yeah, so born and raised in Brooklyn, married to my high school sweetheart. We've been together for 24 years. I have a 13, a 10, and a 3-year-old little girl, and they are my life. They're awesome. I am currently a full-time blogger. I became a full-time blogger. I've been blogging for 11 years, but I became a full-time blogger in 2016. When I realized that I needed to be home more for the kids because they were in different schools, and I was working in Midtown, which is about an hour and a half away from where I am in Brooklyn. And it was really difficult for me to kind of stay on top of them and pick them up and run home and trains and so much, so forth. So I really had to kind of step out, put some faith into my business, and start blogging full time. So that's pretty much my story, professionally
Nice. What
anyway.
it is so ironic that I started 2011 blogging same time like you, and I went full time when I moved here about over 6 years ago. Around the same time, I went full time as well.
Okay.
In blogging.
Okay. So we have the same journey, kind of.
Same journey. So in the
Okay.
blogging world, so it and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a good time that you did, because before that, what happened is we were just before COVID. So we
Yes.
started, we get it running, and then COVID pivoted. I'm sure it did with your blog, just took it to the next level.
Oh,
And
it absolutely did.
did. So what inspired you? So you just told us what inspired, and we know what is because of your children, and that's
Yeah,
a good reason.
Yes.
It's a very good reason. Family first. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. And so, what were you doing? You were working prior before that.
Yeah, so I was an account manager before that. First for a long time for a nonprofit, and then for another year I was with a startup, and I was with a startup that was not the nicest. They actually had a lot of issues internally, so it was a good job where sometimes you're in a situation where you have to be in, right, and you get something out of it. And the one thing I got out of that job, and I was only there for a year, is that they sent me to Israel. And being in Israel was just like a life-changing moment for me. It was just beautiful, it was awesome, it was incredible. And not even 6 months later, I found myself wanting to move on. But I was an account manager, I did sales, I did a lot of customer service, and my whole trajectory was to move up the corporate ladder. That was what I had
Wow.
planned.
wow,
I had my master's degree at 20. No, by 22, I had my master's degree. So I was ready. I was just
wow.
ready to climb up the corporate ladder. And plans change, right? So, with my kids, and at the time when I left my job, I had two kids. So, 2 years later, I had my third baby, which is my baby girl.
Let me show them. Let me show them your beautiful family. I've been waiting to do that. Y'all know I like to. They know. The audience always knows. Marley's the one. She's going to find the pictures. She's going to show them. So this
Okay.
is
I'm so
yeah.
curious which pictures you're showing.
I only got it from your website. I got
Oh,
it from
okay,
your
okay.
website.
Oh, yeah, that's them. That's
So
them.
that's
Yeah,
the
I need to update those.
family.
Yes, that's the
And then
family.
there's the beautiful baby girl. Look at her.
Yes, she's
Oh man,
amazing.
she's
She's 3 now and
adorable.
she talks a lot.
She's 3. Wow. Wow. But
Mhm.
this is Chanel's website. While we're here, I can just show them
Yeah,
quickly. And you cover several areas. I love it. All the
yeah.
areas you do, I love. I
Yeah.
love
Oh,
fit.
good.
I love fitness. That's me. I've been exercising when I was 12.
Oh,
Family, I'm
yeah.
big on family. I love family. I think family is the
Yes.
most important thing in the world. Of course, I'm a foodie. Travel, I love to travel. I love to travel. The PR and sponsorships, not so much of that. I don't know much about that, but you're going to tell us about it. Tell us more
Yeah.
Sure,
about
sure,
what you
sure.
do. Yeah, so that's awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for allowing me
So
to
Of
share with
course.
our audience.
thanks. I have a question. When you went to Israel, did your family go with you? How was that?
No, it was just
Yeah, I
me.
was
It
going to
was
ask her, were you there for a year?
no,
Oh,
no, it was just a
hallelujah.
week. It was just a week. But it was just one of
Hallelujah.
those life-changing
Oh,
experiences that I probably never
Oh,
would have done on my own.
yeah.
yes.
And you know what I mean? Like, you kind of get put in a situation where they're like, oh, you need to, and mind you, that was 2015. I was also deep, deep in training for my first marathon. So just to
Wow.
bring everything back, so it was October of 2015, and the marathon was 3 weeks away. And it
Wow.
was really a lot going on at the same time. But they said, we really want you to go, blah, blah. They sent the entire company to Israel. And
Right.
it was just one of those moments where I probably never would have said, no, I'm going to plan a trip to Israel. No, but it was just one of those moments where I ended up there. I loved it. It was beautiful. It exposed me to a lot. And I really, really loved the experience. But yeah, it was just a week there.
So
Okay.
can we, do you have pictures about it on your travel, in the travel section
Yes.
of your site so we
Yes.
Oh,
can go
Yes, I
back
is
do.
it?
Actually, I
go
actually do.
to
Yeah. If you put in
Hold
Israel in
on.
the search, you should be able to pick up both.
Okay, let's look at that. Just
Both.
put Israel in the search
Yeah, I
and it
have
will
two.
come
I have
up.
one about Tel Aviv and then one about Eilat, which was I never even heard about Eilat until I got there. So I have some
Yeah.
pictures from that.
Ah, I see it. So which one do you want? You
Okay.
want a lot? A lot?
Yeah, let's
see.
do
Hold
a lot
on.
because that was just stunning. It was stunning. And it was,
Hold
Wow.
on. Ooh, look at this. I didn't know this place looked like that.
I
want to go.
know. That's my point.
I want to see Marlene.
Huh?
That is my point. I was stunned. It was like a paradise in a paradise.
Hey, this
Wow.
looks like, it's beautiful. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Pull it up
guys.
so we can
Because
see.
guys, you know, we want you to join. We want you on the journey with us. That's the beauty
Yes.
of the internet, the World Wide Web. You can journey with us, and I'm going with
Absolutely.
her. Right now, we're going to Israel.
Let's do it.
Hello. Let's see if I can pull it up. I searched Israel. There you go. Share it, and I'll have to scroll down the pictures so you can tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
what we're seeing. How about it? So
Yes.
here we
Yeah.
go. This
So
is the
look at
first
that.
one.
Beautiful. Look at the palm trees.
Look at that. It's just stunning there. It's just
Israel. Palm
Israel.
trees.
Imagine, right? And they have beautiful beaches too.
Okay, let me see how it's looking on
Nice.
there. I'm
You
making
can go
sure.
down a little bit. I'm sure.
Okay, good.
it's
I'm just
close
making
to
sure
me.
how it looks on there. Maybe I'll enlarge. It would cut out some of the other stuff. There we go. So there we go. Beautiful.
Okay, we go down the hummus, the food. The food was
Look at
fresh, y'all. This is the freshest food I've ever had in my
Really?
It was so fresh. I couldn't even. Oh my god! I just want to take everything home. That was me
Having a
That's
blast.
having a
Having
fun
a
time.
blast. Okay. Oh, look at that.
And this was we had a party in the desert. That's actually the desert. There was camels
you
and
talking?
everything.
In the
It was
desert?
insane in the desert. Okay, it was a life-changing trip. Okay, it was
Yes.
just incredible.
What is this?
That's the desert. Yeah, this the entire
Wow.
company just walking in the desert. It was an
Wow.
experience. Yeah,
You worked for a very large corporation, huh?
yeah, it was pretty big. Yeah,
BrooklynActiveMamas.com. So this is
yeah.
Israel.
That's
All of
that's
this.
some of the culture. That's some of the culture. You know, they just walked
Beautiful.
around with. It was just, I just walked around with
Beautiful.
my camera, and if you can go down, that was the concert they had, pre-COVID, and down, that was a concert, and then I think there should be some beach, and that's me with my
Beautiful.
camera and dancing. But then this is the beach. This is called Dekel Beach, and if you go down, you'll see some more of the beach.
Oh
It's
wow.
just stunning.
Beautiful.
Just stunning.
Beautiful.
We
They
had
what?
such a good time.
Looks like you're in the Caribbean.
I know.
It looks like
I thought nothing could compare to Negril, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yes.
something can compare to Negril. Okay, all right,
wow.
got it. You know,
Beautiful.
Good.
Very
we were on the
nice.
water.
I know a lot of
Okay.
people don't know that about Israel. When you think of Israel, you don't think of
You do not think of
No.
gorgeousness like that. That's
No.
for
My
sure.
trip to Israel,
know?
Tel Aviv. The only thing I know about Tel Aviv is the war. When I was in college,
Exactly.
there was a war in
Okay,
Tel Aviv.
so
Remember that,
a lot of
Michelle?
my friends, my family, and these are old pictures. I'm sorry, they're sideways, but
That's okay.
my friends and my family were very concerned about me going to Israel.
Same. Yeah.
They were so nervous. They said, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fine." I'd never put myself in any dangerous situations or anything like that, and it was great. It was great.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very
Really
nice.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
it's
Now I'm so glad I journeyed with you because now I think I'd want to go too.
that.
I want to go back, to be honest with you, but not before I go to Africa. I want to go to Africa first, and then I want
to go there too.
Me
I would
too.
love to go to Africa actually.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Boniface and Edward and Angelique, all
Keep
these
inviting us.
Yeah,
keep inviting us. Yeah, these are our
Yeah.
people from Africa. Is that it?
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
That's all.
It's beautiful though.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing a part of that journey with us, allowing
Of
me
course,
to
of
share
course.
with our audience. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So you
that was your turning point on that trip. What about that
that
in
was-
particular? What would you say?
Honestly, I mean, I travel a lot, and when I was a kid, my mom would take me, and my aunts would take me to pretty much every island ever, because we were just really good at going from Caribbean island to Caribbean
So you've
island.
been to Bahamas?
Yeah, I've been to Bahamas many times.
Did I say that I'm Marlene McKinney and I live where you vacation?
I believe it.
I live in the Bahamas.
Tell us more about the islands that you've been to.
So everywhere. I mean, my aunts and my mom were just so good every summer about taking me somewhere different,
Nice.
other than the summers that I spent in Jamaica. But
Yes.
they would take me to Mexico. They would take me to St. Lucia. I've been to St. Lucia twice. They've taken me to St. Thomas, St. Croix, the ABC Islands. Only place I have not been is Trinidad. I have not been to Trinidad yet. But yeah, we've visited. Sometimes when we get on a cruise, we stop somewhere for a day. We've gone so many places.
So that started your love.
Yes.
That sounds like what started your love for traveling then.
I think so.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Between that and Broadway plays, like my family always took me to those two things, and now I have a huge love for them. So when it comes to when I got to Israel, it was more like, wow, like I actually got on a plane for 11 hours. I survived. And now I'm in this amazing place, and the world is really your oyster. Like you can really go anywhere you want to go. So it kind of opened me up to new possibilities.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Tell us more about your blog, because I see so many niches. Would you say that you're a lifestyle blogger then, basically?
Yeah, I guess. I don't like to put labels, but I guess I am.
Lifestyle blogger.
Yeah, mom lifestyle blogger. Because, I mean, everything that I put up on the website is really for moms, because when you're cooking for a family of 5, things can get stale really quickly. You just have to try to keep it new and keep the kids happy and keep everyone's taste preferences met. And just trying to keep, just people happy with eating at home, because it could be so easy to call Uber Eats or whatever and just be like, hey, we want this, this, and this, but it can become really expensive. But it's nice when you cook at home and you figure out what you want to make ahead of time, and you kind of keep things different with different flavors, different spices, and things like that.
Yeah. So how do you balance being a mom, a wife, and a full-time blogger?
Oh, I don't. Oh goodness, I don't. I absolutely don't. That's the honest truth. I don't.
Do you have help?
No. Well, my mom is a huge help. My mom helps me.
My
mom's huge. My mom. I live 6 blocks away from my mom. When we were looking for a home, I said we need to be within a 10-block radius of my mother, and they found me a home within. My uncle found me a home within 10 blocks of my mom. So
support is important.
Oh, it's so important. And she's so close to my kids. And she, my mom owns a daycare, and it's actually called Nellie's Daycare. So, so like my mom has my daughter. She's had all of my kids come through the daycare. So that's really, really good. But she's always there. She helps me pick up the kids. She helps me drop off the kids because my husband's working. My aunt helps me. So it's like a full big village. My mom is 6 blocks this way. My aunt is like another 11 blocks this way. So we're just all like really tight, and it's an amazing village that I have.
Amen. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village.
Absolutely.
That's
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
So we're going to shift now to the business aspect. Because we explored on your blog and we see that you have a course for new bloggers or just someone want to grow their blog. Tell us about it. Tell us about the course, and let's start with that. Tell us more about it.
So last year, and maybe we'll come back to this on how I shifted to being a full-time blogger, like real blogger.
Yes.
Once that happened, and about 2021, my traffic started increasing exponentially. Like I'd gone from a couple $100s a month to, a couple $1,000s a month. And then I started getting a lot of inquiries like, how are you doing this? Like, how is your traffic just continuing to rise while, ours is floundering or whatever it is, or staying stagnant? And I sat down and I really just put all of my strategies, everything that I do, my workflow from top to bottom, I put it into a course so that I can teach someone without having to sit down and teach someone. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I put everything about how to use Pinterest to a little bit of SEO and how I navigate my own site and how I take my old content and make it new again all the time.
Beautiful. So for those the listeners who don't know, Pinterest is another social media platform, and SEO means search engine optimization. And that is, how do you appear on the first page? The aim is to appear on the first page of Google, to be ranking. So when you search for that food, your favorite dessert or recipe, Nelly's blog will show up number 1 to number 10 at least. That's the aim. And
That's
think
the aim.
about it. There are thousands and thousands of bloggers who are vying for that position.
When you think about how many bloggers there are, it's insane.
It's insane how many people. And so when you appear on the first page of Google, it's a miracle in itself.
Wow.
But Nelly teaches all the tools and tips and tricks that you need to do to get there. That's what she teaches. So her course is invaluable, especially for those who are thinking about wanting to become a blogger and you're thinking about it. I would say Nelly would be where you start because she'll give you a jump start. Because if you think you're just going to write your favorite grandma recipe and appear on number 1, think about your favorite grandma apple pie. There are tens of thousands of apple pie recipes.
Quite literally tens of thousands.
Grandma. So it just doesn't happen. You'll be there, out there in space, just internet space.
Yeah.
Dangling on probably page 100 or page 200.
Michelle's telling the truth.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's an art by itself. It's a skill, and Nelly knows how to. So you can contact Nelly. You can check her out.
I'm going to see if I can pull that up so we can show them. Let me see. I don't know if I. Let me see.
It's traffic tricks.
I see it. I see it. Enroll in traffic tricks. Right, there we go. So let's see if I can just pull it up quickly so they can see it. And then I want you to really share. You started talking. I think that's your next question, Michelle. Is that your next question?
Which
one? No. She said in 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that because we're going really fast and we don't want to go too fast. Hold on. Let's go. There we go. So that's beautiful. So I have to accept those cookies. Are they sweet?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't eat sugar. Okay, so this is the traffic tricks, easy content marketing strategies. Beautiful. Yeah. Often you hear about people who have these different programs available, but then you don't know which one to join. You don't know which one to buy into. Yeah. So I think that it's good that we're actually interviewing someone on our platform who can say, hey, this worked. This is what worked for me. I went from $2 a month to $20 a month. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to know, how did you do that? Because I'm the newest blogger on the market, right, Michelle? I think I always tell them. So this is how you can go there and find it, and you can enroll right here. This is how I press enroll.
Yep.
How easy is it to enroll in Nelly's traffic tricks? It's $249. Beautiful. Traffic tricks. I mean, this is beautiful. I love it. 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 I absolutely love it. I'm big on teaching. I'm a teacher. Yeah. So I'm big on programs, teaching people how to do things. That's my focus. It's always been my focus for a long time. Yeah, that's why I'm going to the island to teach people. I like to teach people how to do things. Yeah.
There you go.
So tell us, don't miss that question. I want to know how in 2021, what was that turning point? That's it.
Yeah. It was, so the biggest turning point was actually in 2020. For the longest time, from 2016 to 2020, I was a New York City blogger. Like, that was my thing. That was my moniker. I was a New York City blogger. So I was getting paid to go to events. And so I would get paid to take my kids to events. I would get paid to go see shows, to, just to be there, cover it, do a blog post on it. And that would be it. So that was about 50 to 60% of my income at the time. The last event I went to was right in March, and that was for Qatar Airways, and I had went to see Celine Dion, and that was so fun. And I remember at the time, I believe it was March 1st or March 5th, I can't remember. And I remember at the time because I'm a big news junkie, so I knew what was happening with COVID, and I knew COVID was somewhere in Seattle, and it was like, all right, cool, but whatever. Let's all wash our hands and blah, blah, blah. And I was like being crazy about washing my hands, and I had a lot of sanitizer and lots of stuff like that. But that's way before masks and all that other stuff. But we didn't know that COVID was already, entrenched in New York City. So 3 weeks later, when everything shut down, 50 to 60% of my income shut down as well. Right
Wow.
there.
Just
No-
like that.
You were
like
a
that.
paid blogger. You were a paid
Yeah.
blogger. So
Yeah,
you
to
were
cover
already a
events.
blogger. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
to
love
cover
it.
events and just and blog about it.
I love
So it
it.
was
I love it.
New York City is just like a really awesome market for that, where
Yeah.
they just, they have the money, they have the funds to pay bloggers to come out and cover. And back then, Instagram was bigger than it is now, and it was just a different vibe. So it was easy, it was fun. I would do fitness classes, you name it, I was there. So when everything shut down in March, my income, 50 to 60% of my income was just gone. It was gone.
Wow.
At the very same time, my husband, he stopped working as well because of COVID. So it was all of a sudden we were just scrambling, absolutely scrambling. And I had to look at what I had right now in front of me, and I had to figure out how to make it a bigger situation. So I was making maybe like $400 from Mediavine every month, and it was just supplementary income. So now I had to look at how I can make this my primary income, because it was a really scary time in New York City. We were wiping down our groceries, and still do sometimes. And we had 800 people a day dying here, and nothing but ambulances, and it was a really traumatic time for New York. And just like 9/11, I kind of compared the two because they feel very similar, just in the scale and how big they were to us. But the difference between 9/11 and now is that it could be you, it could be me. You know what I mean? Like it was continuing. It wasn't just a one event, one off. It was just continuing. So that March, April, May, June of 2020 was the hardest 4 months. I had to really figure out how to get content up quickly, get content up, hopefully ranking really quickly, get whatever I had right now working on Pinterest. And things started to, once I put my full energy into it, because I wasn't putting my full energy, I was going to events and I was doing things like that. And I was on PTA and all that other stuff. So once I put my full energy into the blog, I started seeing the return. And in 2021, it was like, wait a second, now I'm making more than I did with events. In 2022, it was like, wait a second, now I'm doubling what I did with events, so it just keeps growing, which is awesome. But I really had no choice in 2020, but to really kind of figure out how I was going to kind of manage this complete storm that was happening, because myself, like a lot of other New Yorkers, we were just upended. All of a sudden we had two kids in virtual school, right? So that was a challenge in itself. And then I had a 1-year-old, 1.5-year-old who just wanted mommy's attention. Like, wait a second, mommy's home all the time. Wait a second, daddy's home all the time. So it was really tough to kind of figure that out. But once I got into a good routine and figured out what my audience really liked, then I was able to create content for what they wanted.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired. Listen, you don't even know. I'm so inspired. Oh, wow.
You have to be creative.
Yeah. There's so many people who would have gone through that period, those first few months, scrambling, didn't know what they were going to do, how they were going to make ends meet. Their bills were piling high. And, so I think it's beautiful that God gave you the gift. You had these gifts already in your hands, and you decide you're going to use them instead of going on government aid. Hello. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to say I don't regret. I do regret not getting a PPP. Everyone that got one has been forgiven. Okay, so I
really, I didn't even know that.
They've all been forgiven. My mother and I marvel at this all the time. Like, why did we do it? Yes,
I didn't know.
Forgiven. Minus the people who committed fraud, but the people
who genuinely had businesses and went and got it. Oh, really? I didn't know none of that. I didn't look that way. But wow, interesting. So, okay, what advice would you give to someone who is listening right now, and they were always thinking about doing a blog, and you motivated them. What advice would you give to that person?
The first thing I would say is don't make it personal. And what I mean by that is a lot of time people are searching for content that is right there, right there. They just need that one piece of content right then and there. A lot of times what I see with bloggers is that they're writing about personal life changes, and that's great for a journal. But if you're looking to be a professional blogger, then you need to be writing stuff that's evergreen, which means that if you write about it today, it better be good 5 years from now. Every single word about that post better be good. And then, I mean, it is what it is. That's why food is so easy.
Just not to cut you, but wasn't that where blogging started?
It was.
It started when we started. It was a journal. It was a life story.
It was a journal. So I wrote about my kids.
Yes. So we have had to change a lot, as the blogging changed, we have had to adopt and adjust it or thinking, because when we started, we wrote about our life story.
Oh yeah. I did. I mean, you can still find some old stuff
Me too.
on my
Me
blog.
too, but I'm not changing them because they're memories for me. For me, they're memories.
Exactly. I love reading that stuff. I'm like, oh, look at that. Look, oh, like I love reading that stuff, so I leave it up there. But right now, people are not searching for what you're doing with your kids. They're searching for solutions. So whatever your solution is, you need to have a solution-based website, because people are that's why food is easy. Because if I do a copycat biscuit from Red Lobster, 5 years from now, people are still going to be looking for that copycat. You know what I mean? So have a solution-based, whether it's finance, whether it's motherhood, solutions, tips, things like that people need, versus stuff that's personal and just applies to you. You could always turn something personal into something that can help somebody else, but you could just have to know how to do it. You just have to just explain it in the right way, in a tip, in something like that, in a video, whatever it is. Just make sure it's solution based.
I love it.
That's deep. I love that.
And it's changing the mindset, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to blog, and they're thinking, oh, I'm going to tell. Or even sometimes people would blog on things that they like, or if they don't like that food, yet their audience might want it. They're like, I'm not touching it because I don't like it. But it's not about
100%. Yeah. Oh, that's 100% me, because I'm allergic to seafood. But you'll find some fish recipes up there on my website. I mean, it is what it is. The same thing. I don't eat chicken either, but my family does, and I make it for them all the time. So it's easy for me to write about it and put recipes up.
So it's basically giving people, you're answering questions, you're solving problems, and you're approaching it that way. How can I solve a problem?
Yeah, it's like, how can you teach? How can you make it better for them? And think about what you would search for. What would you search for?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I search for things all day long. Don't look at my Google search. Don't look at my Google search history.
Listen.
It's consistent, okay?
I call Google my husband. Listen, Google is my husband. Google, everything is Google. What?
Everything is Google. A question pop up in my head, and I'm like, so it's so simple. But think about how you would Google it and then title your blog post the same way, and then go about your blog post the same way.
Amen. I love that. That's it. And that's it. I love that. Yeah, I love that. You're teaching me right now. That's why I'm so like.
I know. So any questions you have, Marlene, now is the time to ask Chanel.
I could talk all day to this girl. I can talk all day to any blogger, because, like for me, I'm trying to get, I have a vegetarian deli, and I must get out. I'm 50, I'm almost 60. I don't need to be cooking for large volumes of people at this stage in my life. And financially, the kitchen's not making enough money to be hiring a whole bunch of people. We do have staff, but the overhead always exceeds the income. And so, for me as a new blogger, Michelle's really been coaching and she's been teaching. But I think that word blogging, I think it needs to be broken down from my Bahamians and my people. I'm not downing anybody, but I know that there are people who don't understand what it means to be a blogger.
True.
So if you could just say to my audience, those of us who are listening, well, Marlene, what's a blog? You're talking about blogging, but you're telling us about our journey. We don't even know what it is to blog. So if you could just basically tell us what is it to be a blogger?
Yeah.
Um,
So just like Michelle said, things have shifted dramatically. Blogging, when we first started, was a journal. And it was just a place where we shared our feelings. And then people found you who shared the same feelings. And it was
yeah,
just like that. Now I think it's, and I don't know if you agree with me, Michelle, but now I think it's shifted into a place where it's just providing content for people who need it.
That's it.
So when you I think, and I was telling Michelle this the other day after I slid into her DMs, and I told her that I consider every single post like a little baby, right? Like it's just an individual little baby that you need to nurture and take care of and add more to and take away to. And
Yes.
sometimes I feel like people are just searching for the individuals, right? And then once they get to the individuals, it just adds up to be this amazing amount of people who are, coming to my website, and then that provides the ad revenue. So blogging is a lot more than personal. I don't even think it's personal anymore, to be honest with you. I just think it's providing information to people, providing information that people want. And because blogging started in a personal space, people probably still think of it as a personal thing, but it's so far from personal now. It's just providing what people need.
yeah.
Um,
It's a service.
Yeah,
it's a
You're
service
a
it
now.
service.
is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
it's a
Yeah.
service.
So how I met Chanel was, I think it's when I went on and put on a post that I just bought another blog, a second website, and I think we realized that I was Jamaican as well,
Mm-hmm.
and she DM'd me. I said I just bought it, and it was in a group, in one of our blogging groups, and with the company that I'm going to go with, advertising company, and I can't wait to get the other advertisement company off this new website and put the better one on. And I was
Yeah.
like so excited. And when I connected with Chanel, we started seeing that we have so much in common with the
Yeah,
blogging, and to show how the perspective or blogging, and a lot of people don't know. They think when you blog, you don't have a full time job. They think you're doing it as a hobby.
Oh my
This is
gosh,
a
yeah,
big
yes.
business, and a lot of people don't know. This is huge business. We run like a business. We have teams, we have staff,
Yes, we do.
and
Yeah.
people don't have a clue. We
Yeah. They
have
think that just we're just there just
having fun
like
and time all
having
day long,
fun.
and we're all over. Why you're always on social media? But
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
this is a full-time business,
It
and
is.
guys, we earn more than we earn in, I mean, our degrees, and not that in a
Yeah.
regular job. We
I
earn
Oh
love
way
my
that.
gosh. I would
than
have
a regular.
Mhm.
skipped I would have skipped my masters if I knew this was
Exactly.
if I knew this was
So
down the
it's
line.
serious.
Sheesh.
It is serious. It is serious. It's a serious business,
Yeah.
and we provide a service. We
Yeah.
answer questions for people
Yes.
that they go out and they type in, and we're answering those questions. So
Yeah.
sometimes people might come on our blogs too, and they're like, "That's such a silly question that they're answering. I already know how long does watermelon last? You know how long well." And people might
You'd be
like, "Why would
surprised
you
how
know
many
the
people are
whole post?"
searching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are searching
Yeah.
for that.
People are searching. And that's a big part of our business is the research, right? So we're
It's the
always
research.
looking to see what are people searching for in Google, and we have tools to tell us what
Yes.
people are searching for. And
Yes.
if we can answer that question, guess who's getting the traffic, which equals to more money.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Exactly. So
So for you, yes,
what
Marlene,
advice would you give to a new blogger? A
that's what I
not
was saying.
Yeah, a new blogger,
a new
somebody that's
blogger.
just been in this a few literally I've
Yeah.
only been doing it a few months, Michelle. I think since
Yeah.
just a few months I've been really serious about it and
Yeah.
uploading recipes every week.
Yeah.
Um and then I have two questions for you. So you can answer that and then I have another question for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Then my next question would probably be for someone out there who's thinking of maybe going into blogging,
Hmm.
are there areas that are more, uh, I guess, the one that'd be more popular, or the one that you think would be the most successful for persons who are new to this? That I do a niche. I'm vegan, so it's
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm into the fitness. I'm
Yeah.
into soaping. Skincare is my thing. So I have a live in just a few moments. I'm going to go live and do some lotion with my group, and so I'm into
Yeah.
skin. Yeah. So what would you say would you suggest that person go and study to see what are people looking for? before they even say, well, I want to do a blogging on headphones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, I absolutely think that research is key when it comes to starting a new blog, because you can get really excited about something and do something super niche, but you could run out of topics really quickly.
Yeah.
Really fast. Really fast. So I think that it's really important that you know what you're about to talk about, that you have a plan, a content plan, and how you can break that down and how you can get at least 100 posts out of it. You have to figure that out. Like, even if you have a couple of overarching, you can break things down and check and see, you know, how many people are looking for it. And there's a couple of tools to help you out with that. But I really think it's really important to have patience, especially when you're starting out, because when you starting out and you write something amazing and you think that, oh, wow, well, I'm going to sit back now and a couple thousand people are going to come. They're not going to come because it takes Google at least 50 posts to start taking you seriously.
Yeah.
At least 50. Okay, 50. So that's important. And if you put 50 up on the first day, it's still going to take a couple months for Google to really index you, really place you where you need to be placed. And there's just many different factors to getting the traffic that you really want, but it does take time. It takes 6 months to a year to really take off on a blog if you're doing everything right, and a little bit of luck. But if you're doing everything right, you can really, really get some good things going. And what was the second question again?
What advice would you give to a new blogger, like someone that's really just? I think that was it.
Yeah, there was a second question. I'm sorry, I got so into the first one that I got.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm sure that, let's just pause right now and just say thank you to our audience. I know they're watching, and I know that you're just as intrigued and as motivated as I am, because you see, I sit where you would love to be, and I am asking the questions I know you want to hear, because I'm a new blogger. I want to get out of my job. I got to get out. I know I have to get out. I've talked about it. I'm dreaming about it. And I'm cutting down on my days. I have already. And I'm spending more time doing that, which I know that I would love, which is educating people and being that service provider. So,
Marlene, let me tell you, you have a lot in your brain right now. I can tell you have a lot that people want to know. You have a lot that you have stuff hidden in places in your brain that you could just talk about. I am convinced. And you have a lot to write about, and you have a lot that people are searching for to write about. You have a lot of inside knowledge that people are searching for. You could always talk, if it's something that you made a mistake with, people love mistake posts. Oh my goodness. People love mistake posts. Like, I have this one post that says the five mistakes I made during my first marathon. And that post goes wild every year, every fall. You know what I mean? So it's just, sharing your mistakes, sharing what you've learned. People are looking for real life experiences. So I already know you have a lot of that inside of you.
I actually think I'm going to start a chapter. I'm going to start a chapter today. The many mistakes I made in becoming a restaurateur.
And let me tell you something. Every mistake can be a post.
Yes, I'm going to do it, because not so much mistakes, but
each mistake. The whatever it is. Yeah,
being my own boss. Woo!
Yes. Think about you. I'm going to before you started. Think about you before you started. What would you tell that person?
About blogging or being
about the business.
About the
what
restaurant?
Would you tell that person?
What would I say to that person right now?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what you need to write about.
If you're not young, if you're not youthful, stay far from it. I have people who call me wanting to rent my kitchen, and they're like 60, and I'm like, I'm not renting my kitchen to you. You are old. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I read a blog many years ago that said, when you get 50, get out of the kitchen. And I was like, what? What are they talking about? I have so much energy. I want to just do this thing for the rest of my life. I love it. Not now. No way. I don't want to cook for nobody, not even myself. You choking?
No, that's right.
Listen to me. I'm taking a trip, and I'm taking burger material. It's burgers. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
It's burgers. Yeah. Burgers and chia pudding. You understand?
I love a chia pudding.
Listen to me. I eat about cooking for nobody.
Yeah.
All right. And people come and they're like, well, can you make me a pan of macaroni or a pan of meatloaf? And I'm like, no. And they look at me like, why? I said, because I'm tired. Go and find somebody else. And they're like, but you're turning down money. I said, I don't care. And they look at me and they're like, what mean you don't care? They don't get it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that today. I'm going to start today
Yeah.
talking about all of the mistakes I would have made. Encouragement for people out there who are looking for that encouragement. Because I'm telling you, it's the hardest job. I've been a teacher and I've been a owner of a business restauranting for 8 years. I had the restaurant. Mm-mm. If I had to do it all over again,
There you
no.
go. And you have a lot of knowledge,
I would
experience.
continue
A
teaching.
lot.
I love teaching. That's my passion. I love to teach. So I will teach all
So
day.
teach on your website. Teach on
Yeah.
your
That's it.
website.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Teach
it.
on your website.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
And
that's
that
what
way
I
it
love.
becomes fun because it's something that you love.
Hello.
Absolutely.
You got it. Because I love it. Yeah, I love it. That's it. I love it. I love this. I love you already. I'm just I'm just gonna adopt you. I adopt people. I adopt people. So you and your family come on down to the Bahamas. Let's take you on a grand tour.
No problem. We'll be right there.
My son lives in Brooklyn, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, he does. He lives in Brooklyn. He's married, and they're about to have a little bambino. Little Ari will be here soon. So Iris. I said, not Ari, but yeah. But talk to us. I just love it. I'm enjoying. Michelle, can you tell I'm in my element right now?
I know. I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful.
I believe in divine leading
Yes,
because
I do.
this connection, I know God led us to meet, and here we are today. So this is beautiful. And then the funny thing is, I did not know. I didn't check out your website. I checked out the main page, didn't go further. So I didn't know that she taught SEO and she taught how to do grow. So
Right.
I set up a meeting with her and like we're gonna go and help each other out. And when I started, and I listened to what she had to say, and I said, "Well, you know everything. You know the things I know. We know." It's like we were doing a little refresher, and basically we're doing a little refresher course.
No, you taught me a lot. You taught me a lot in those little couple of minutes. You taught me a lot. So.
It was good. It was good. I guess I just told you to do more often, but you're
yeah,
that's it. Frequency and all that. But it was good
for sure.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. So we have 8 minutes left. I don't know what our audience would want me to ask. Other questions that they would want to probably know, things that they'd want to know from you. And I know that there are many people who are thinking of switching careers and and then there are a lot of moms. I've taught many mothers how to do different skincare products, and they're all looking for a side gig. They're looking for some. So, and none of the fathers, though. Anyway, that's another topic.
Fathers, there are a lot of
no. You missed that. You missed it. I've been blew right over her head. I said, mamas are always looking for that second job to pay those bills. Well, where the papas at? I don't know. Anyway, Jesus, that's a whole blog in itself. Where them daddies at? Where y'all at? So I know
jobs for them, eh? They do the 2 jobs.
My mother, Chanel, my mom had so many jobs. My mother was a professional teacher, 9 to 3. Then she was a ceramic maker. She was an Amwayer. She was my mother did everything. Okay. She did crafts. And so I know that there are moms out there, busy moms, who can't make those ends meet. And my eyes tear up because I know, because I've been there. And I know that they appreciate your sharing today. So once again, I'd like to share your website. It's BrooklynActiveMama.com. BrooklynActiveMama.com. It's running at the bottom of the screen. Find Chanel. Find her. Find her blog. And then go to her page. I'm going to highlight that page again on how we can get our traffic moving. She has a course available that you can register for today. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to register for that course today, so long as she has a payment plan in place. Hallelujah. So I hope she has a payment plan. So I'm going to share it.
I think I do.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. Like my friend, what's his name? Hallelujah. Right. So Chanel has this site. It's called Traffic Tricks. Buy now. Traffic Tricks. Content. I mean, here's the content. Look at the amazing stuff you're going to be covering. What should I expect from my traffic tricks? Build your foundation, manage your expectations, look at your current traffic pattern. What is evergreen content? I learned that today. Hallelujah. So listen, and their videos to go along with what she's teaching.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to register. I'll be the first to register as we
Aw.
even on this program right now. And
Oh
I
my
want
goodness.
you
Thank
guys
you.
to register for the program if you're thinking of becoming a blogger. This is where
Yes.
I think the world is heading because COVID may break out again. Monkeypox may break out in bigger numbers. We're going to be stuck at home. What you going to do?
What are you
Right.
gonna?
What you going to do?
Right.
You're going to have your
Yes.
hands up in the air, empty,
Mm,
Yeah.
empty.
mm,
Let's fill
And it
those
is,
with, let's
I
fill
just
it with
want to
gifts.
say,
Yes.
I want to say it is a very you put in a lot of work. You put in a lot of
Yeah.
hours, but
Yeah.
it's very flexible. And one thing that I absolutely loved was that when I first started, I could go and be PTA president. You know what I mean? And I can go to
yes.
his school and I can come home and I can do some work. And maybe I'm at his school and I have my laptop and I'm doing some
Yeah.
work there because I'm helping with something and whatever it is. But it's very flexible. And that's what I love
Yes.
about blogging. Blogging,
Yes.
It is.
once you really get it going, it is
Yeah.
a good machine to just really
Yeah.
bring in some side cash. And
Yes.
Yes.
really, once you know what you're talking about and you're authentic about what you're talking
Yes.
about, people will stick with you and people
Yes.
will come back
Absolutely.
for more content.
Yeah. You're right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Today was phenomenal for me. I think it was my turning point. I think it was my
Wow.
turn. Yeah, today is my turning point. So I'm telling you guys, get on the bandwagon, learn, that would be my admonition to you as you listen, my audience, our audience, Michelle's audience, my audience, and
Yes.
Chanel's audience. Now blogging's not for everybody, but we just want
It's
to
not.
encourage, inspire, and motivate you to do something. That's it.
Yeah.
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 You don't want to be having your hand out looking for handouts all day. That don't work.
Oh, horrible.
It
Correct.
gets
Horrible.
tired. It gets
Horrible.
tired. So I'm just encouraging you to just do something. So Chanel, we're going to give you the next 2 minutes. Just talk to our
Yeah.
audience, pour into them, tell them,
Yes.
give them something good. You know that song? Tell me something good. Let's do it. Come on, tell them something. And then
That's
let
a good
Michelle
singing voice,
close out.
actually.
Huh?
It's a good singing voice.
I love to
He
sing.
does have a good singing
I be
voice.
singing in the shower all day long and in my
Oh, I
kitchen
love it.
when I'm stressed and I'm sweating, that sweat pouring on, I'm like, Jesus.
There you go. There you go. Sounds like my mom.
So pour into our audience and we let Michelle wrap it up and we'll close out for today.
Yeah, I just want to encourage everybody to really do something that you love, because when you just go into anything and you don't love it, you're not going to put 100% of yourself into it. And when you find something that you love and you love to talk about and it's fun for you and it's new and it's exciting, like for example, when I met with Michelle the other day and she showed me a new program to use, I've been in the program every day since, so it's just find something that you love, that you really, really have a passion for, that you can't stop talking about. Like I love food so much, but I also love fitness. I love my Peloton. I get on my Peloton every day. So this is some things that I love talking about, being a part of, finding the one thing that you love, and don't just go after the money part, because if you don't have the passion, it just won't work. It'll never work. It'll fall apart really quickly. You'll get burnt out really quickly. But find something that you have a passion for, that you absolutely love.
I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
I
you,
love it.
Michelle.
Thank you so much, Nelly. You've
Of
inspired
course.
us. You can tell, especially Marlene. You can see that
She's
God
glowing.
sent you here for Marlene. She's already on the journey, but I
Yeah.
think she needed that extra push to focus on the blog, and the reward will come. The more, so you're gonna be blessed more and more, and that you have so much to share, so much to teach people, because Marlene is a great teacher, and so you love teaching. Put it out on the blog. Everything, put your heart out, and people are searching. And you will be rewarded. And Nelly, where do you see yourself
Thank
in
you.
5 years?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Where do you see yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. The next 5 years, I'm hoping that the website is doing so well that I don't have to put so much hours into it. That is a big, big, big goal. In the next 5 years, I'd love to start a nonprofit for Black women, just to, help with jobs and to help with housing and things like that. Like that's my big goal down the line. So yeah, that's my next 5 years.
I'm gonna give back. I love that. She wants
Yeah.
to give back. And that blog, I'm telling you, will be able to do it. The blog
Yeah.
will be able to allow you to give back.
Yeah.
I know bloggers who made so much money, they like, I can't, I don't want any more money. I can't use the money that I'm gonna make for the rest of my life. So now they're giving back. They're literally just giving back now what they're making. Because they've paid out they bought houses, paid for all their houses, they paid for all their kids' college funds, they have retirement that's set, and they're like literally like, we are just giving back.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So you're able to do that. So thank you so much, Nelly.
I know. Thank you.
And your family.
Is she frozen? I think she got frozen. That's okay. We want to invite you. We want to encourage you to visit her site. And then, of course, Marlene, my real passion is definitely not cooking, but I love teaching people how to really engage in getting their health back. And I love that more than anything in the world. I could stay on the phone all day talking to you about your health. Now, I'm not going to do that, but I can. All right, don't be calling me anyway. But I would like to share my program with you at this time.
Right time to look good and feel good. It's challenge time. Get on board with certified health coach Marlene McKinney. Global $40 weight loss challenge. Enjoy vegan meal plans, clean eating, routine exercise with awesome WhatsApp group support. Get excited. Don't hesitate. Register, forward email address via WhatsApp to 242-535-6293 or Marlene_McKinney@live.com. Don't forget to add your name as it appears on your bank card. What time is it? Life-changing time. Join the challenge. Get on board.
Nelly is back.
Yes, so sorry.
Yeah, we're happy that you got back.
So many people using the Wi-Fi, they probably just like, oh.
That's okay, but look at the perfect timing of God. Look at it.
I know, look at God. At the end.
It could have happened in the middle, and then our audience would have been like, oh no.
Yeah.
So now they got all the blessings, and we want to thank you again.
Of course.
And may you continue to excel and do well at what you do best. And I look forward to meeting you in person one day soon.
Absolutely. I'm coming to Bahamas. Hello.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Remember, I'm Marlene McKinney.
Yes.
Michelle. And I'm Michelle Blackwood.
And we live where you vacation.
There it is.
We aim to encourage, empower, restore, strengthen and trust in divine power to navigate life. Join Marlene and Michelle for Inspirational Mondays. Join Marlene and Michelle for Inspirational Mondays.